Welcome to another video on multiple issue storyline of the Silver Age with the upcoming movies of The Guardian of the Galaxy. I thought would be appropriate to bring out these books. I am a huge fan of Neal Adams, and through the page of Neal Adams' drawing, I learned about the Kree Empire. So, a few years into my collecting hobby, I decided that I wanted to look for the origin, first appearances of the Kree and the Skrull. And this is the very first book that I got long ago. It's pretty beat up, but it's the first appearance of the Sentry of the Kree. I still have it. Definitely a great reading copy, so I don't mind beat up. But years later, I was able to replace it with a sharp copy like this one. Beautiful book, very sharp. And inside you have top-notch work by Mr. Kirby and jovial Joe Sinnott. And here you go. That's the very first panel of the Sentry. What's kind of strange about this book is it's actually more or less a one story book, but I think it's hard to not tie in the next three books to this book and make it into a 4 issues storyline that ties in together. Okay, so bear with me. But in this issue, it's pretty simple. As you can see, the Fantastic Four stumble across the Sentry, and then we have a fairly big fight. Here's a giant one-page panel drawing. A lot of Kirby goodness right there. Jack did a lot of these one-page thing in the 60s. I'm not sure when. I haven't paid that much attention to when he actually started to draw a lot of big one-page panel, but maybe I should do that. As you can see here, a lot of action. Fantastic, actually. Like I said, I'm tempted to put the camera down and just reread the story. So I flipped through it real quick, as you can see. So at the end, they defeated the Sentry, which is, I love that. Can't help myself but stop and take a look at that. I love the way the letterers and the artist drew the sound effect back then. A lot of fun. Look at that. A lot of imaginations. So, as you can see here, at the end of the issue, the Sentry is gone. Okay, it doesn't really give you a hint to the next story, which is the mystery of Alicia. And the next issue is, of course, the first introduction of Ronan. Here's my beautiful copy, as you can see. Definitely one of those tougher books to find today, now that the movie is forcing the price to go higher. I'm happy to find this copy, and that will be it for me. No more upgrading on that book, on this book. So here you go. On this book, I'm gonna skip through it real quick. It's let me just go to, here you go. Here's a page where here's the very first appearance of Ronan, the accused. And let me show you, for the most part, this book just like the previous book, it's just a whole lot of action between the Fantastic Four and Ronan. There you go. There's that one large panel drawing. What's interesting about this book is, of course, here. Okay, here you have Alicia being drawn by someone into going somewhere, and as you can see, she follow him right there. That's why I think it's very difficult to not ties in the previous issue, this issue, and the next two issue into a complex storylines, because Ronan would not have been here if the Fantastic Four didn't find the Sentry and destroy him. So there you go, as they defeated Ronan and he went away. Now the mystery deepens, okay? And we move on to Fantastic Four 66. An incredibly hard copy to find in high grades because of the dark covers. I don't bother trying to look for a nicer copy, really. I'm pretty content with this book. But in this book, we learn about the creation of him. The art in this book is fantastic. It's even better. For some reason, the inking came out much heavier in these issues, make the art pops even more, in my opinion. So here you have Alicia helping out, while the scientist that brought Alicia is trying to explain to her why they brought her here and what she needs to do to help them. Okay, so let me skip. Of course, they are explaining to her, well, here you go, here's the first time that the mentioning of him that took place. And they explain to her, in the next few pages on what it is that they are trying to get her to help them. And for those that read the book or have the book, the mentioning of him was definitely very intriguing. He's so powerful. At least the way they built him up is something almost like a weapon. So there you go. So the rest of the team, of course, found out from their video recording that Alicia left, went into another dimension, another world. So they, of course, with Reed Richard Ingenious, built their own time travel, space travel, dimensional travel machine to go search for Alicia. So here you go, Alicia all suit up, awesome. I just love the way Kirby draw and the inking of Joe Sinnott, beautiful. So there you go, Alicia is going in to the place to find him. Last but not least, the final part of the story is, of course, this book. Not much to say about this book, really, but once again, incredible Jack Kirby drawing. Let me see. It's been a while since I flipped through the page of this book, but as you can see here, they finally get to see him. Here, as you can see, the Fantastic Four built the space dimensional traveling thing, and they went in order to find Alicia, and then they came out on the other side, and of course a big battle ensued. Okay, here we are back. Now Alicia and the male scientist is at the cocoon, and here is where he revealed to her the true intention of the creation. Okay, he's trying to destroy it. Okay, for that action pack. This issue, the 4 issues that I brought out is just, like I said, full of actions. And as you can see, they got Alicia, they ran off, went back home. And as you can see, that's the very first time we see him. Okay, there you go. And from the way the book ended, I remember the very first time I read this book and I saw Mission Destroy the FF. I thought him was going to Earth to find the FF to destroy Earth. So to my surprise, that was not the case, and in many ways part of me wish Stan and Jack did more with this storyline, because up until this point it was great. It got me hooked. I was hoping for more, but sadly that was not the way they planned. But that's the end of the 4-part storyline that introduced the Kree as well as Ronan and him. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, bye.